Hi folks, Alex Klingelhoeffer here with Exencial Wealth Advisors. It's 7:39 here on Friday morning. It's August 6th, 2021. Here's your morning jog around the economic headlines of the world. Starting here in the U.S., just about 10 minutes ago, we got a new jobs number. Of course, it's the first Friday of every month. That means we have a new jobs number. And this week, we have a good jobs number, 943,000 additional jobs added in the month of July. Of course, ADP data came out earlier this week, not as bullish as this 943 number. Could we see some reflexivity next month? It's possible. FactSet estimate had like 845. Reuters had 900,000 as estimate. So a small beat there. Really the important thing, it wasn't a huge miss. We're not starting to see contraction in that job growth number. That is really important on a go-forward basis, seeing additional economic momentum on a go-forward basis as we head into the fall, despite being sort of, as we've said before, at peak Delta COVID fears. It will be important to see as the economy goes forward into the fall, continuing robust job growth as we're still about 5 million jobs shy of where we were at the start of the pandemic. United Airlines taking a stance on vaccination here this morning. They say everyone in their workforce has to be vaccinated. Notably, that includes pilots. Why is that significant? Well, United is, of course, one of the U.S.'s major employers, but also has one of the strongest unions. The United Pilots Union is a very strong union when it comes to the pilot workforce and sort of that pilot economy. So United taking that stand is really, very interesting. You would expect to see an airline with a little bit more power over its employees, like perhaps a Spirit or a Frontier or one of these lower carriers, would have made this move first. As it's coming from a major, it is interesting that they're willing to go out there and say our workforce does need to be vaccinated. Of course, most of United's workforce is already vaccinated there. It'll be interesting to see if we see some departures from the firm over that sort of policy on a go-forward basis, and at least to see if other carriers do adopt that policy. Last, before we get you off to a nice weekend, the largest container shipping firm in the world, that's Maersk, reported blockbuster earnings here today. Strong increases in revenue, strong increases in profit, and guidance for higher numbers on a go-forward basis. Of course, we've talked about shipping rates making all-time highs really for 4 or 5 consecutive months now, really day after day, just ticking up and up and up. That being a major source of price worries all across the economy. It's tough to get goods from China to the U.S. It's like $20,000 to get a container from China to the U.S. these days. That is just really astronomical in terms of an additional cost that's going to be passed on to consumers. As we see goods getting here from China ahead of the Black Friday shopping season, perhaps we'll see even higher prices to come. If you want some additional information, some additional stories, some additional insight, maybe even some jokes over the weekend, feel free to follow me on Twitter. As always, it's OKCCFACFP. Until then, I hope you have a nice weekend. I am out.